Today we're going to unbox and test out the Televes Ellipse Mix outdoor TV antenna. Televes packs a lot of features into their antenna models. The Ellipse Mix is no exception to that rule. It has the built-in preamplifier that independently amplifies VHF and UHF TV stations separately, ensuring that you'll always have an optimized signal level on each band. The build quality is excellent. I'll speak more about that in a minute. The antenna design also rejects any signals that are outside of its prescribed bandwidth, and this includes FM, LTE, and 5G, along with low-VHF TV stations. More about that later. The design has been optimized for the current TV spectrum, namely RF channel 7 through 36. That is high-VHF and UHF TV stations, which is where most channels broadcast nowadays. The assembly was quick and easy. And the antenna will work regardless whether or not the preamplifier is powered or not, ensuring that you'll always have continuous operation and reception of local TV stations. Assembling the Televes Ellipse Mix really is a quick and simple process with almost no tools required. I made a separate video on how to put this antenna together, and if you're interested in watching that, then look in the description of this video for a link to that one. Size-wise, the Ellipse Mix is about 40 inches in length, 24 inches high at the UHF reflectors, and 34 inches wide on the back here with the VHF reflectors. The Ellipse Mix is a very well-built antenna made of quality materials. The corrosion-resistant aluminum, high-impact ABS plastic where needed, heavy-duty hardware including these large wing nuts for easy installation, and the electronics inside are also top-notch. Televes has come to be known as an antenna company that makes very well-built outdoor antennas that will last a long time in the elements. In the assembly video, I showed how this little finger wrench can be helpful to get the coax cable connected, because it is a bit of a tight squeeze between the bottom UHF reflector and the back of the main active element. Another trick would be to remove the bottom UHF reflector altogether, slide the coax cable through the bottom rungs of the reflector that are closest to the antenna body, and then connect the coax cable to the main active element, snap the active element back in place, and then replace that bottom UHF reflector. This will prevent any unnecessary straining and bending of that coax cable. This antenna has a very strict rejection pattern of any signals that it's not designed to receive. The Ellipse Mix is specifically designed to pick up RF channels 7 through 36, VHF high, and the UHF TV bands only. And that is where the majority of TV stations broadcast nowadays anyways. It's not going to pick up low VHF channels 2 through 6. It's not going to pick up FM radio broadcasts. Sometimes those can interfere with TV signals. And it's not going to pick up any of those pesky 5G cell phone signals that sit just above UHF channel 36. This is only going to pick up what it's designed to pick up and nothing else. To put it another way, there's no need to attach an FM trap or 5G filter in line with this antenna. The design of the Ellipse Mix takes care of all those unwanted signals for you. The preamp chip is built right into the main active element on this antenna, and it can't get any closer than that. Putting the preamp right at the signal source ensures that your TV signal is as impervious to noise as it can possibly be. I might be wrong about this, but there's a little detail on the preamp chip here that's built into the main active element. This little tiny metal barb right here is designed to bite into the antenna's main boom, fully grounding the preamp when you ground the antenna. Now, besides being located right at the signal source inside the antenna, the preamp on the Televes Ellipse Mix will automatically adjust the signal gain on VHF and UHF stations separately, meaning that the preamp will monitor each TV band signal on its own and adjust the signal level accordingly. That all happens in real time, meaning that you're going to have an optimized signal on each band no matter what. You won't have to worry about signals being under amplified or over amplified. That's a big step up from other preamps that simply amplify the signal uniformly. This one actually processes the signal in a much more sophisticated way. All right, here's a look at the indoor power supply for the preamp. This requires 120 volts AC current. So this is for indoor use only. Do not mount this outside. Let's open it up and look at the connections. There's a little diagram right here. The first port, which is right here, this is the input from your antenna, and this also backfeeds DC voltage back out to power the preamp. That's why it's important to use a good quality RG6 coax cable to make sure your preamp is getting adequate voltage. The other two connections right here are for your TVs. The first one is for the main TV. That's probably going to be the TV with the shortest coax run. And the other one is for a second or auxiliary television with a longer coax run. That's how this is connected. And now let's take a look at how this antenna performs. Here's the Ellipse Mix in action, picking up VHF channel 9, TVO, which is both the strongest channel in my area and still a low power TV station, transmitting with only 4.5 kilowatts of broadcast power. And the Ellipse Mix is picking it up with an excellent signal strength in the high 80s and low 90s, which is awesome for an antenna of this size. I wish I had more TV channels in my area to show you the true potential of this antenna, but if you look online, there are plenty of reviews testifying to its awesome performance on both VHF and UHF and at a far distance from the broadcast towers. Overall, the Televes Ellipse Mix is a very well-built, excellent performing TV antenna that has lots of great features built into it. It is optimized for today's over-the-air TV spectrum and will only pick up the signals that it's designed to pick up. And I expect that it will be a very good performer in any city, suburban, or rural reception area.